Welcome to the Yale Opportunity Demand Action Show. Put your seatbelts on. Let's go. Why call it race? Because when you break that down, that means somebody must win. How in the hell we are in what they call it, a cold civil war in America right now? How can that happen? When you beat somebody in chess, you take over the whole kingdom. You don't let them fly their flags, to say the least. You know what? You ever thought about this? It is against the law in Germany to fly the swastika flag. You know what? If I was the president of the United States, I'd fake a natural disaster. I'd fake a end of the world just to bring people together. I don't know why this pisses me the hell off. But there were kids made to pick walnuts who were affiliated with the FLDS church. They picked walnuts for a company for free. The elders told them to. That chapter of the church got in trouble by the government and shut down. They ended up paying reparations to the kids who were made to pick walnuts for free. I don't want to be no hater. And God bless those kids. But somebody needs to bless African Americans as well. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say 1/3 of Americans would vote to put African Americans back in chains, slavery, right now today. And guess whose supporters are those? Can my white allies, brothers and sisters, just take one step forward and expose our enemies? Guns ain't the problem. It's the mentality. Oh, so the people who ain't got cable can't watch the debates? We the ones who really need to know who's running for office. Put the debates back on local TV. If you are black and you are still a Republican, shame on you. When you cover your eyes during a scary movie, helps you sleep better at night. Families can't get help unless the father is out of the household. Thanks, Ben. I wish police act like firemen. Who made who in God's image? When you look at a picture of God, it's a white man. All monies and assets gained through drugs and slavery should be seized. Rock and roll was considered the devil's music because it had a black influence. But now it's called classic rock. Quote by Brigham Young, "Blacks shall not hold not one particle of power." And that, my friend, is why you keep losing at sports. You're not keeping up with the Joneses. You need a black quarterback. Unite the black vote and move as an organism. And vote for whoever has reparations. We'll make them famous. I was visiting this resort called Wolf Creek because there's wolves there. There were kids walking through the woods and the forest and they were howling, calling for wolves. I thought it was stupid. Be careful what you ask for. So before they could learn a life-threatening lesson, I decided to play wolves howling on my loudspeakers. I gave the most howlingest wolf just one call for about 5 seconds. And I listened. And I didn't hear the kids howl no more. I guess they really didn't want a wolf. The only class I ever failed in college was anthropology. I was so mad I took it again, and I failed it again. But mind you, this was the only class that said black people's brains were inferior. I think the science department at the University of Utah should be investigated, and particularly the anthropology department. I would like to see how many other blacks have failed this class. I was out with my camera taking pictures of, scenery and stuff like that. I was out on a golf course, and this old white man got off his golf cart with a couple buddies, but he walked over to me. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I live here." He says, "You live on the golf course?" I said, "No." I said, "Actually, I'm taking pictures of the wildlife." He looked at me and said, "Yeah, we are pretty wild." He says, "The reason why I asked you is because I own this golf course. Why don't you come on over to the golf house and have something to eat and show me your work." I'm so glad I didn't get an attitude. And I'm so glad I met someone who was cool. Bring our military home and let's clean up our own front porch ASAP. If oil was in Russia, we wouldn't be fucking with them. You know what? Black people are gonna understand this one. When you shoot somebody for the juice, to get pub, to be the man, you know what? I hope our military ain't doing that. Why would they give us a good book in the midst of all their evil doings? But you know what? Us black people, we have a way of making lemonade out of lemons. And for the record, the NFL hired Jay-Z for entertainment purposes and PR. Point blank. Sorry to bust everybody's bubble. We always been used for entertainment. Ain't nothing changed. We need a woman president right now in America. We need a nurturer. And we need somebody who's mean as a grizzly bear with cubs. My name is Aundra Davis. I'm a screenplay writer. I just finished my recent script, feature length, 120 pages. It's called The Foxes and the Hounds. You might be familiar with this from the old Walt Disney animation called The Fox and the Hound. But here's my twist. I'm gonna read this, so just bear with me. And this is what my film will be about. The Foxes and the Hounds, a story. It's about two boys, a white one and a black one, from different ends of the tracks that forged a friendship. Even though their families discouraged it. But the very slim fabric of friendship they managed to hold on to ends up saving the lives of the very people who tried to break it. Divine Nine, build a community in Africa. I'm Aundra Davis reporting, and I'm gone.